for today, I'm gonna do something different. Today's my birthday, so I want to kind of celebrate with my second family, which is my team, my jiu-jitsu team. So today, I'm gonna try to roll with everybody, and I don't know. There's several things I want to do, so I don't know if I'll be able to do both of them. But like one of the ideas is I'm gonna roll with everyone, but I'm not gonna tell them when I'm gonna roll with them. I'm basically gonna start the sparring session and have them start rolling, and then I'm gonna randomly tag someone out and just start rolling with them. Something I've always wanted to try, so I'm gonna try it today. Or I might just end up rolling with everyone, line them up, and then the first one to score. If I score, they go back in line, and then I roll with the next person. If they score, I keep going because it's my birthday. So anyway, it's the first to score, technical points. So yep, I'm about to get there. Let's see how it goes. All right, guys, so here we go. Birthday rolls begin. I'm on the prowl. I want to roll with every student. I don't tell them which one I'm coming for first. I've spotted my first victim, and it is Ronnie the wrestler. Ronnie the wrestler wrestled very successfully in high school, and my goal has always been to take down a wrestler, and I finally do. Go to a single leg and take him down. I took down a wrestler. I yell it proudly. Yes. All right. Here I'm trying to pass. I windshield wipe to leg drag. Hips high. Pressured like a Toriando leg drag. I keep pushing the pace a little bit. This is my first roll, so I'm pretty fresh. Go to side control, knee on belly, enter the crossface, go right to mount. Ronnie does a good job defending. That wrestling base is strong. Crossface, check the hip, go to north-south, attack the arm, go for an armbar Kimura. He responds very well. Hip escapes, gets to his side. I come around to the back. He comes up to a wrestling scramble. Of course he did. I'm now on my back. I one leg X to X guard. And I immediately say, why am I trying to take down a wrestler again? Too much work. So I go for the ankle lock. Easy way to end the match. Because remember, I have to roll about 20 more times, and I don't want to stay here forever, and taking down a wrestler is very hard. So does a good job scrambling. I focus on that ankle lock, and I get the tap. Ronnie the wrestler did a great job. Now I move on. Broke a sweat. So on to my next victim, Justin. Highly technical, scrappy, very explosive, very wise, jiu-jitsu blue belt. He's been competing, training for a while now. So I get my hook, get the back, and I don't just want to, take advantage of this good position that I have here without earning it. So I, allow a scramble. Justin starts escaping, does very well, pinches his knees, puts his back on the mat, pendulum, goes up to a back escape. I'm controlling that gift wraps / Kimura trap there. He cups the bottom of my heel to leverage it up. Goes all the way. I try to reposition the back to try to get my right hook. He hand fights to block the choke. Then comes up to his knees, pummels before he does, hooks right underneath my ankle, shoos off that right hook attempt on his shoulder. And then he's going to turn into me to reposition and escape. Justin's very good. He's really good. So I know that, and I know he's about to escape. And so I try to reposition that same back attack. He uses his pendulum, his legs, to recompose the guard. I pressure in. I keep him stacked because I don't want him to get his legs free. So I keep him stacked, grab the back of his pant to keep that leveraged stack position to pass, bring my left knee behind his hamstring. He positions and grabs my sleeve, uses it to come up, immediately goes for a bolo, and he starts attacking my back. I go for a leg lock. We have a leg entanglement. He goes crab ride, and he's trying to get my back, and he's trying to also leg drag. I go for another weak toe hold. I flare out my left knee so he doesn't bring it across his body. I continue to hold on to the toe hold because it's all I have right now. It's going to buy me time to recompose my guard. He's doing a good job. Leg pummeling. I let go of the toe hold. Now he can leg pummel better. So I'm going to refeed the leg and start attacking the toe hold on the other side. He tries to get my back. I see he almost gets my back. I immediately escape, put my back on the mat, rehook his leg, recompose, go shin to shin. I'm going to feed this leg all the way to knee shield. He goes back the other way. I go shallow lasso. He goes back the other way. I recompose and go for what people call like an X guard. Go to X guard. And then immediately I realize I have about 18 rolls left. So I want to end the fight pretty quickly. So I go for an ankle lock because Justin's hard to sweep and he's going to give me hell like he always does. So now I got my second ankle lock. So at this point, I feel pretty good with the ankle locks. I was like, you know what? If I could just ankle lock everybody quickly, I could end my birthday rolls and just kind of call it home, you know? Why get tired? Because at this point, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could do this for 18 more rounds. So I get my students back, and I'm thinking ankle lock because I'm on this ankle lock high. So have the back. I allow him to move a little bit. I don't just want to end it here. I really want the ankle lock because now I put it in my head. I didn't plan to do that. I just caught the ankle lock twice because it was a quick way to end things. So then I thought, heck, why not? I could end everyone with an ankle lock. That's great. So go to mount, reposition, S mount, attack the arm from S mount. I hug his leg so he can't come up, and I get the arm bar. But then I remember, wait, I didn't get the ankle lock, so let's keep going. So then I immediately go to an ankle lock, and I start laughing because it's my birthday, and I get to do what I want today. So I go for the ankle lock, and I go belly down, arch my back, stay shallow at the ankle. He does a good job, puts in the heel, puts the boot on. I'm like, oh, I didn't get my ankle lock. So I'm like, no, I want my ankle lock. Give me my ankle lock. And I go for my ankle lock here. He rolls the wrong way. So I roll him back so I don't compromise his knee. I don't want to hurt his knee. So I go for this modified ankle lock, and I get it. And I'm happy because I'm getting my ankle lock. And then somewhere along the way, I forget that I'm supposed to ankle lock, and I just keep rolling. So I don't remember when that happened. I just remember at some point I stopped doing the ankle lock. I don't remember it then. I remembered it later. But here I'm like, all right. So I'm coming after Jared. He's on the bottom. So I'm waiting. And I'm on the attack. And I go for the ankle lock. And just a side note, guys, it's actually harder to ankle lock someone with shorter legs. So I don't have that easy success I had with those bigger athletes. So he does a good job escaping and getting out of my hip range and moving to his right, my left. So I try to reconnect the ankle lock, but I can't. So then I just decide to roll from here. This is my fourth roll. So I'm starting to get a little tired. I go for that ankle lock again. And I go belly down. And I get it. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, oh, great. Game plan. I could just ankle lock everybody and not get tired. I'm good to go. Right? but that's easier said than done, especially when these athletes are pretty good. So now, my next victim is on the bottom. So I decide to be on the attack when he's on the bottom, but I don't want to mess up my other student's armbar because it's actually a nice armbar. So I don't want to be too cruel. So I'm going to let him get armbarred, and then I'm going to attack. So he's about to get armbarred here. He doesn't see me yet. And he gets armbarred. And then I immediately attack. Just a nice little friendly back take. I don't try to go for the choke or anything. I just kind of, make him turn, make him suffer a little bit. And then I use the back. Notice how my foot was trapped in his half guard. I use it to go to the armbar anyway. So does a good job. He's tired, but I'm a little bit more fresh. And I get the armbar, prevent him from coming up. And I think this is when I started just going for any submission. I forgot about the ankle lock. So there goes my ankle lock game plan. Now I'm just rolling completely at this point. I'm like completely just absolutely unaware that I'm no longer doing the ankle lock. I just forgot. So now I actually do try to go for the ankle lock. And this is David. And David's probably one of the most athletic guys at the gym. Yeah, former professional cyclist. He's amazing lifting technique, can lift the house, can deadlift, can squat. I mean, he is just a beast. So he puts it on me. This is my 5th row, I think. I can't remember. I already lost count. But I know that I'm starting to feel that fatigue, and he's pretty anaerobically fit, very fast twitch guy. But he also did, like I said, professional cycling, so he's got a gas tank. So he's athletic, he's strong, he's got a gas tank, so he just brings it. So at this point, I'm like, all right, my ankle lock plan failed because this guy won't let me ankle lock him. Super athletic. And so I want the arm. And so I go knee on neck. It's not a real knee on neck. I put my shin in front of his face because if I wrap it around, he'll escape even more and stack me. So then I turn, and this is what I want right here. But he's just such an explosive beast. So then I put my leg over, but this allows him to stack. So it's kind of where I messed up. I should have kept my shin to the side of his cheek. So he's able to escape, right? He's very strong. He's holding me down. So I block his sleeve. I put a De La Riva hook. I grab his collar. I try to bolo and just off balance him, create the kazushi. But he's able to base out and balance back. So then I cup and gable grip my own hand, and I release. Now he's giving me like the baby bolo. I don't know if you guys see it. So I'm pretty tired here. This is where I start to feel it like, holy crap, I don't even know if I'm halfway done here. I just know that I have a lot of rolls left. So I'm trying to pace, try not to hurt myself. I grab the back of his pant, go for the back. Again, he's very strong. So I leverage my hips and I pinch my knees to keep his hips kind of parallel with the ground. He's going to try to come up. I do not let him come up. I do not let him come up. Right? So I use that. He keeps throwing me off just with this pure technical pressure and strength, but not in an insulting, oh, you're strong kind of way, in a very, he's athletic and technical, so it's very, very hard to get a good position. So I isolate his shoulder, right? He's not going to give me the arm. I know that. So I'm using the arm bar actually to thread the needle. The needle's my left foot. Look at how I'm going to thread the needle to get the triangle. So I'm blocking his shoulder with my hip. I know I can't get the arm bar. So I'm trying to just pin him actually using the arm bar technique. I'm not trying to actually submit him because I know he's tough to submit. So he's trying to leverage up. So I'm going to thread the needle here, right there. Straight to triangle. I pivot off. I want him to come up now. So I let him come up. I close my triangle the wrong way, which is fine. I'm just trying to pinch my knees at this point. I cup my shin and I start wrapping the triangle there. So I've already trapped his shoulder. I've trapped him in the triangle. He's doing the right thing, actually. He's putting weight on the opposite side. I don't want him to do that. I want to go now perpendicular to him. And so I start to angle. And as he's stacking, I'm able to isolate that arm a little bit more. So he starts putting pressure. I'm now going to use this to sweep him because he's hard to triangle and he's a beast, very explosive. So I grab the back of his head, I reposition, and as he escapes, he gives me the sweep. So now I'm up on the sweep, and now I isolate his shoulder and go for the straight arm lock. At this point, I'm pretty gassed. And I'm like, crap, why did I wish this for my birthday? Oh yeah, because I like jiu-jitsu, and what else am I gonna be doing right now, right? So, put my belt back on. I'm tired, taking my time. It's my birthday, I wanna recover. I don't care what people think. I wanna recover. So I wait, and I take about 10 seconds. Put my belt back on, and I'm back on the prowl. I think that was roll 5, 6, I don't remember. I've lost count. Now, I'm going for my next victim, the very talented and strong Mark. So, got him in turtle, get one hook, get the other hook, and he immediately grabs control of my sleeve, tries to tripod. Another strong, athletic beast. Mark's been training for a few years, very good boxer, very good grappler. Don't be deceived by his charm. One of the nicest guys, too. Very tough. So I know that. And I'm thinking, I don't want to roll for another 5 minutes. I really don't. So I go basic hip bump sweep. Mount. And in my head, I'm like, let me just recover for a little bit because that was a 10-second walk. Didn't do much. So I hip bump. I'm in mount. He starts to turn to put me back into half guard, which is the right thing to do. I'm hiding my foot. It sneaks into his half guard. I underhook, crossface, knee cut pass. And immediately I start isolating his shoulder. Take my time. I'm pretty tired now. I go for a bread cutter. He's able to frame really well, so then I use it to climb across. I go for a weak armbar attempt. I grab his pant to prevent him from coming up, and I hip into him. Immediately go back to the back. Now I know he's strong and he wants the 2-on-1 grab when I reach over for the choke. So now I use my knee in between his elbow and his kneecap to kind of leverage him down. And you see, he goes for that 2-on-1. So I know he's going to do that. So I actually use that to help leverage to get my other hook. And then I start working my other hand. So because he has 2-on-1 on my right, I start using my left hand to bring him back down. So now I have his back. I start working. Quick little reminder, guys, I can't really use my right hand very well. I don't tell this to any of my students because I don't want them to take it easy on me. I don't want them to think I'm taking it easy on them. I'm not. I'm actually going hard, but I can't use my right hand that well because I injured it about a month, 2 months ago. Can't remember. It was at a tournament. So I can't squeeze as well. So the only thing I can do is re-grip or grab and pull. So there I get the bread cutter choke. I was able to hold on to the collar and pull, but I can't squeeze my hand. So it's easy to break my grip. The more I post these videos, the more my students will know my weakness. Now I go for the next victim. Get his back. At this point, I don't think I want to play anymore. I just want to end every roll short. So get his back. Use my right hook to leverage his hamstring. He's, of course, another athletic student I have. Very strong. Important to note that all my students, if not all, most of my students are bigger than me. 5'5", 140, 145 pounds. That's me right now because I'm actively competing. So I tend to stay lighter around this time. When I'm not competing, I'm closer to 150, which actually helps a lot because then you have more mass, more muscle, more water retainment, more everything. During cutting phases, it's hard to really carry all those calories. But I immediately go for bread cutter choke. after taking his back, leverage the side. And on to my next victim. Start with the back take. I'm not overly aggressive, like I've said before. So transition to the back, go to S mount, reposition. I start going for the choke. He defends really well. And as he pulls to defend, I'm able to grab more slack up the collar, gripping first the leg, then letting go, and then repositioning underneath to a knee cut pummel, straight to, if you notice, I had attacked his collar for a little bit with the collar to his neck. Go to side control, feed the lapel, go to Kimura trap, Kimura to armbar. He comes up, switch to belly down, and there it is. All right. Now for the next one. So, looking around, the round just ended, so I didn't want to make it too obvious. So I'm actually kind of hiding behind the pillar in the middle of the mats for the next person I want to roll. I already lost count at this point, but I know that I've rolled with many students, and I kind of have a head count in my head at this point. I think I'm starting to look at the students that I haven't rolled with, and I start trying to approach them. So in between two active rolls, they don't know what they don't know, and I kind of spotted both. So I'm gonna go after this other student who's on the ground, and I attack his back while he was on the bottom. Still, no hooks. Start attacking the collar. Does a good job. Rolls over. Notice I'm able to control under over. Switch to an armbar with the Kimura. Able to leverage that to keep him down. Grab. Look at how I triangle my legs. This helps me leverage that shoulder, and I'm able to finish the armbar. At this point, guys, I'm trying to make it quick because I don't want to. I'm pretty tired. It's my birthday. I don't want to work too hard. So they're doing a takedown. Luis is very good at judo, so he was doing takedown. Eric, pull Eric down. I get one hook in. I start repositioning all the way to the other side. Get both hooks. He peels off the bottom hook. I remember I can't really use my right hand, but my students don't know that. So I don't tell them. I just always try to act like I'm going for strong grips. And I try to modify my grip too. So he defends really well, positions up. We're now to like a almost modified seated position with the back. He's trying to get my left leg into half guard. So you can actually still attack while your left leg is in half guard. A lot of people don't know that. They think they need to clear it. So I leave my leg in the half guard, which is fine. And not that I want to leave it there, but he's doing a good job pinching his knees. I get a Kimura trap to keep him pinned down. So I glue his palm to his chest. And by extending my arms, he can't come up. Now I'm able to clear my leg from his half guard, walk around, go back to the arm bar. And now I have a choice here. Well, actually, he has a choice. He can fight the arm bar. He can let me come up for the Kimura trap, or he could lean in and let me take the back. He puts my foot into half guard again. He starts to use his head around my head, but I use my shin in front of his face, and then I use it to Kimura trap to get to the back. So as he tries to escape again, he keeps going back and forth, defending. So I go back and forth to pinning. So I go back to Kimura trap, back to arm bar. If he comes up, I get his back again, which he does. Go back to arm bar. He tries to put my leg into half guard. So now I'm going to position. Wherever he goes, I go. I don't force anything. Gives me the back again. As soon as I get his back, he starts gluing his back to the mat. So then I go back to Kimura trap. And then I just throw my leg over for Kimura to get the shoulder lock. And I do that by throwing my right leg over. Rather than throwing my right leg over his face, I throw it over his back and kind of spin the other way. I like that technique a lot. So next one. As you guys saw, I already had a video with Nate, so I kind of waited to the last roll because we already had done an active roll. And go straight to his back. He defends well. I close my legs so I could trap his hips. I let him put me in half guard C. He's got to make a choice, right? If he escapes the back, then I knee cut. If he turns the way he did, then I get the back. So I think he uses that to leverage out to escape really well. I go for the armbar. He escapes the armbar. He goes for a leg drag. I trap his leg and kind of glue it to my shin. Having smaller legs for me helps, but Nate is also short and stocky, so it's actually not as helpful as you think to be short when you go against another short and stocky player. So he comes up, I knee shield. Notice I grab his sleeve, immediately transition to De La Hiva hook open guard. I angle, get him off balance, frame, use a shallow lasso. He cross faces, which is very good. I have trouble breaking that grip, so he's in a good position here. So I have to break that grip. I can't. I'm having trouble, so I use my leg to get in the way. And I really focus on guard retention here, just keeping my opponent in front of me, using frames with my feet and hands. And now he gives me that sweep. I come up, Torando, leg drag. Notice my collar grip. I walk back into leg drag, lower my shoulders, raise my hips, and then I get a little lazy here. I'm on my knees. I shouldn't be on my knees, but I'm tired. I forgot the roll count at this point. I think it's past 10. I don't know. I don't remember. He turtles. I transition. He recovers. And then I go for an ankle lock because I just want to end the roll pretty quickly. And I don't know if my students know that I'm tired, but I try not to let them know. I just keep rolling. So, Ashigarami, except I like to put my left foot and hook it underneath their hamstring and kind of use it for an ankle lock. So I abandon, I let go. I come back to it because I was going to originally sweep, but he didn't go down. If he had swept himself, I would have come up and tried to pass again, but he didn't. So then I use that trap on the single leg X. I grab my collar to leverage more angle, and now I try to leg trip him, put him in the air, and get the ankle lock. His leg is too high, so I need to go back to his Achilles. And I know that, so I don't pull yet. I don't pull until I know I have the angle. So right now I'm just trying to off-balance him, and I have the angle there. And he tapped. Nate's real tough. Made me go to a ankle lock. So then I told, okay, so yeah, we're almost here with all the students. Again, I've lost count. I know it's greater than 10. But I have one more student, and I think I know who it is. I think it's Professor Luis, the only black belt in attendance today. We have several other black belts, but he's the only one today in the noon class. So I leave him for last, and I get a water break. Because I have Luis. Don't know what my students are saying. Probably like, almost got him. And so now I have Professor Luis in the house. Professor Luis has awesome jiu-jitsu. He's bigger than me, has great judo and a great base. And so I don't want to do judo with him. Sometimes I do just to kind of train judo, but not today. So I attack his back. I have to. It's Luis. So I go Kimura trap. He does a good job defending. He's very smart. He knows that if he fully commits, I get his back. So he actually backs up and comes up. So I try to go for an ankle lock because I want to end it very, very quickly. I don't want to be in this war. So he steps over. I try to leverage. He does a good job defending. He throws his leg over to my chest. And so it's hard for me to create an angle because he knows what I want and he knows what I'm doing. So he doesn't let me set it up. So each time he comes up, he re-bolos, and it loosens the leg. And so I know I can't finish. So he's trying to bolo. I go back one leg X. He sits back because if he comes up, there's a little window of vulnerability where I can ankle lock him. So he knows that. So he sits back. I try to toe hold him. Nothing. So now I come up and try to pass. There's a point where we scramble and we do some takedown. Well, not really, but we almost did. See when it comes up. He does a good job here. Because I'm quicker and smaller and more flexible, he doesn't want to go into a scramble with me. So look what he does. He grabs my collar and ties it underneath my own leg, almost like a worm guard, but a worm guard on top. And now this slows me down. I can't really move the way I want. It's harder for him to pass too, but it's also harder for me to sweep. So he's pinning my own leg and my hip, but he's using this to kind of leverage, slow me down and leverage his base so he can try to like take my back or bolo. So it's a very smart tactic. He does this sometimes. See how he has now he's kind of not only trapping my leg, but he's also like able to prevent me from rolling underneath. So I can't go underneath and I can't come up. If I come up, he just stands up and pulls the lapel. And so now I go to leg drag. He lets go of the lapel, which is great. And he immediately starts trying to find it and feed it. So I come up, I go shin block, back to leg drag. He still has that, see how he still has that lapel, and it kind of throws me off because I can't pass without it. So then I use my shorter legs to pin the inside of his groin to try to stretch out and break the grip. So we're in a bit of a stalemate, and I have the leg drag. I repummel my legs in between. He keeps that lapel because he knows I'm able to break the grip. I come up, and he comes for an ankle lock. An ankle pick and a low leg single. So then I whizzer, sprawl out, and then he has my leg for a single, and I'm able to get my leg out because it's short. So now we're in a stand-up. He's about to judo throw me, so I pull guard. Immediately saw it and just pulled guard. There's a few minutes left in the round. So I use a spider open guard to try to pin my leg, to try to wedge my leg in between his legs like that and to off balance him, but he does a great job putting all his weight on my right side. So I can't sweep him. So he's kind of like preventing the sweep, and so he can break the grip on my spider. And then he again refeeds the lapel underneath my leg to slow me down. So he uses it to come up, and my lapel is now free. So now he's using it to pass. I have a pretty mobile hips, pretty flexible guard. I don't want to get stacked, but if I have to, I will use it. So as he comes around, I frame, connect my knees to my elbows, and I'm able to recompose my guard, push off my shoulder. And now I'm able to go back into open. I have sleeve control. I come up. He has 50-50. I know I need to clear, so I'm very careful as I clear. It's very hard for me to pass too because he has the lapel. So I kind of sit back to try to get my leg free and to try to break that lapel grip. But he has 50-50, so I can't come up. Because if I come up, he can take my back. So because I have shorter legs and he's bigger than me, I'm able to take my leg out and try to leverage a leg drag. And that was it. Stalemate. Didn't really score. Couldn't. I was so gassed. And Professor Luis is very technical. And I tell Fernie, stop recording. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this fun birthday celebration breakdown. Yep. Tell me what you think. Leave it in the comment section. And I'll see you guys soon.